All right, I've owned this shocker since new, or since they launched, because new is relative to when you bought it. But since it was first introduced in the market, I think my wife got it for me within the first week they hit. But I absolutely love it. It's been great. Never had any problems with it. The only thing I do is occasionally grease the back cap. Grease the back cap here, lube it up, and that's about all it really needs. So I'm gonna install the CVO kit. Let's take a peek. Get the easiest part of the install done right there. Alright, gonna pull the eye cover screw out and stick my finger in there so you can see a lot of paint in there. This thing has not been cleaned. Like I said, I've never had to bother with it. Thing's been flawless. We'll repeat that on both sides. You can see the detint here. Especially if you have an RSX, this is now the time to check them. Because mechanical, you do not want problems with your you do not want problems with your ball detints. So make sure they're operational, make sure they're clean. I gotta spend some extra time cleaning that, but since we're doing a video, I don't care about it right now. Set it aside, and it's dirty right there. But this thing's actually, that one's clean. The other one's full of grime. Less dirty, but still dirty. Eyes are right here, so we got to free up our eyes. So we're just going to take and pull them off ever so slightly from there. Yeah, if you don't have a pick tool, man, invest in one. Okay, all right. Moving on right here. Do our grip screws, and my grips on this thing are beat, and so is my LED screen. This thing's had a lot of use. It's held up very well. It's very durable. I like it. Open that up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the battery out just to free up some room. Oh, come on. Only when he films does stuff want to stick, you know? Alright. So we got a mess of wires up top. Let's stretch these guys out. So these wires are going to be for eyes and for your solenoid, and we want to go ahead and disconnect these. We want to free up the wires because we're going to pull them through. We're just going to pull the frame right off. But get the black wires out right there. Believe it or not, that was actually kind of loose in there. It's a little bit scary. Yeah, little loose, little looser than I like. So when I go back to electro on this thing, I'll just have to keep an eye on that. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Shocking, I never had any problems before. It's a shocker, get it. And I'll get out of there. Alright. So everything's loose. Undo our frame screws, and I should have grabbed my other Allens that had the ball end on here. Too lazy to go get them. Again, I swear I'm not technically incompetent. I can use an Allen key, but second you get the video going, everything wants to fight you. trying to do the different angles. All right. Just take it off ever so slightly. Make sure our wires are free. Yeah. We'll set that guy out of the way. We're left with the body. So the screws we're going to target this front guy right here, and you can really compare by just looking at the two valve units. It's going to sit in here. It's going to sit in here this way, and so we're going to leave that front screw alone right there. We're going to go for the guy here. We're going to go for the back guy there, and they do not come with new screws in the bag. If you look in the bag, so you're reusing screws here. It comes with O-rings, comes with a new trigger spring inside the frame. It looks like maybe some mesh filters too. So, good little parts kit there. Let's pull our solenoid and assembly out here. Little banjo bolt there. Sure, that bolt was expensive. Looks like a 1/16 right here. Yeah. Believe it or not, that was loose. I can't tell how many cases of paint I put through my shocker, so it doesn't surprise me. And again, I've never tweaked with any of this stuff in here. Never, I'm repeating myself now, but never had to. So we get the eyes out. Alright, so it's wanting to, there we go. I don't know why it's trying to fight me. Again, because as soon as you hit the record button. There we go. Eyes are out, they're dirty. I never pulled them out to clean them. All I did when the marker was in, when they were installed in the marker, was take and blow them out with compressed air. But looking at them, I just, I don't know if that was the right move looking at them now. They seem to be intact, but very dirty around the edges. I thought, like most of them, was a little bit more sealed around them. So this one appears to be damaged. So when I go to order the parts for my electro frame, I am going to be ordering a new eye wiring right here. And I don't know if you guys can see that. The camera's not zoomed in, but there's a difference. This one has a bubble. This one has a bubble on it. This one does not. Let's see if I can zoom that in digitally in post here. Again, it's pretty freaking small though. Anyway, we'll set it aside. I'm gonna leave my eye covers off for the time being because I'm gonna go through in here and clean that out. But see the bottom of the marker? We got some grease in there. Let's get the grease out. This one's had some mileage. Now, I actually had an axe that I used so much that I wore the ano off of it from where I would grip that thing. So this thing has held up tremendously well because I think I've used this shocker more than I use that axe. Alright, so the valve assembly. This is what's going to be activated by the trigger system. So it's going to sit in back, and again, doing everything over video is just a little bit awkward. But right here is an air sealing passage, and then again at this O-ring here. So we're just going to put a little bit of grease on them, just a little. All right. Now I've had a lot of eye problems with this thing, and I assumed it was from brittle paint breaking in there, but after seeing that eye, I am pretty sure that one side is defective and needs to be replaced. I think we got a couple more seconds before my kid comes running in here. So again, when you go to tighten screws, don't over tighten, just use this side right here. Don't put any more force than what you can do there reasonably. You don't have to crank it. All right, back at it. Kid's in the back room with the wife for the moment. All should be quiet for just a couple more minutes. All right, so again, tighten, but not over tighten. O-rings that facing the sealing surface, lubed. And again, this is going to be our valve assembly right here. That's going to contact right on that roller down there. I'm actually going to give it just a touch of grease right there. Anytime you have something mechanical and you have any sort of touching, it's good to have just a little bit if it's supposed to move. All right. Let's take a peek. We are going to need to lube up this O-ring right here. This is for the air passage. This has not been lubed yet. We just don't want to neglect it going back in. Okay. All right, everything else looks good. All right, and it seats in nice and smooth. Doesn't feel like when O-rings are pinched, which is always a good thing. Now the ETHA 2 just dropped, and I almost had regrets, you know. Let me get this back in frame, I apologize. I almost had regrets about not getting the ETHA 2 and getting the CVO over it, but I love the Shocker. I can't wait to use it in the mech tournament. Coming up, local one is September 1st through the PBSL group. So if you guys are in SoCal, look up PBSL SoCal chapter on Facebook. Alrighty. For these ones, because I don't have a good angle there since I left my Allen ones, I'm just going to give it a quick little snug there, but just not killing it. Alright. Now, the trigger on this thing is smooth. Next video will be shooting this, but again, I got to clean my eyes, clean my eye sockets out, and I've got to go through and clean my bolt. I haven't cleaned it in a couple usages. So yeah, very cool. Can't wait to use it, and enjoy. If you guys have any comments, questions, please hit me up. You know, I'm sure somebody in the user comments will be able to help if I can't answer too. But should be good for your XLS or RSX. Pretty slick, man.